Hello class, welcome back to another wonderful day here in Rock Lab. We're going to go ahead and get you set up for the Sedimentary Rock Lab. I have your 8 samples here. I may have said in the other video that there were going to be 10 samples. I don't know if I said that or not. It's been a long day, but it's not going to be 10 samples. It's going to be 8 samples. So these are your 8 samples. I know you can't see 6, 7, and 8 right now. I'm going to move those over when I get to it. But we're going to start off fresh and ready with number 1. I hope you're excited because I'm excited too. Here is your sample number 1. This is a black rock. Feels very light. Probably like it's not really made of rocks. Maybe it's made of something else. You can see that it's nice and shiny. It doesn't even sound very solid when I tap it on here. I don't really know what else to say about it other than if you don't know what this is, take a look at the Sedimentary Rock Identification Key, see if anything's kind of jumping out to you. Also maybe take a look at the video that I made about sedimentary rocks and those introductions. This is your sample number 1. Let me get the light going on so you really get a good idea of what this looks like. Don't want you to be in the dark per se. So this is sample number 1. Nice and shiny on the outside. Deep dark black color. Yeah. Sample number 1. Moving on, sample number 2. Here's your second sample. Looks to me like this rock has a lot of pieces of other rocks inside of it. I think you can see that they're definitely big enough for you to see the differences between them. They're not small. It's not a super rough rock. I mean, it's not smooth or anything, but you know, I would guess that these pieces are bigger than sand-sized pieces. It's not really medium grain. It looks kind of like a large grain. And I think you can see in here that they're not very rounded either. They look to be broken up, more rectangular, triangular, depending on what piece you're looking at. Definitely not rounded pieces inside. So this should look exactly like one of the samples that I showed you in the introduction video for sedimentary rocks. So I hope that's enough information here. If you have any questions, email me, let me know. Moving on to number 3. This rock is best viewed from the side. Let me get my flashlight going in here to kind of show you a little bit of layering. It's kind of a black rock, maybe a dark gray, pretty dull, not shiny at all. You can see the tops and the sides are flat. Other than that, not a lot to say about it. The grains inside are not very large. Even really close up, you can't see them individually. It just looks like one big chunk of dark stuff. So again, these rocks should look pretty similar to the rocks that you saw in the first video, the introduction video. So I hope that helps out a little bit, and you're looking at this and you're like, oh yeah, I know what that is. Moving on to number 4. This rock is much lighter than the other rocks that I've shown you. Just picking it up, it feels like it has a lot of empty space in it. Nice whitish color to it. Not a lot of other rocks in the lab kind of look like this. And I will try to find another sample of this, but I don't really see any other samples, so it looks like this is the only piece of this that I have. To do a little test, let me do it over here where I've already dripped it on. Drip it right here. Oh yeah, you can see it. Go to town, lots of bubbles, and then it kind of sucks it in because it has a lot of space inside this rock, which is what helps make it light. So hopefully this helps you out, and you can really see what's going on in these pieces. and identify this rock as one of the rocks that we saw in the introduction video. Moving on to number 5. This is a different sample. This exact sample was not in the introduction video, but it looks almost exactly like the one that I did show you. So really light gray color. If I bring this close enough, you're not really seeing any grain sizes. They're pretty small. It just looks like a lump of gray rock. No layers, nothing like that going on. So that's about all there is to say about this rock. Again, let's do the acid test on it and see what's happening. Oh yeah, big reaction here. So lots of bubbles, smelling wonderful, dissolving these rocks in acid. And that is your sample number 5. So just to recap, as I set these down, sample 1 was the black rock. Sample 2 was the rock that looks kind of like it's made up of broken pieces of other rocks. Sample 3 is your dark, not quite black, but very dark gray rock. Sample 4 is your lighter, whiter colored rock. Sample 5 is your boring little gray rock. Not a lot going on here. Nothing to see. Moving on. So, remember to be using your sedimentary rock identification key. These are going to be mixed up, so some of them will be on the detrital side, some of them will be on the chemical sedimentary side. You just kind of got to use your best judgment and figure out what you have here. So sliding this over, we have number 6, number 7, and number 8. Here we go. This one is red in color. I'm not seeing any layers or anything, although maybe this in itself, because the top is flat and the bottom is flat, this in itself might be layers. In fact, just to show you something cool, has some kind of dendritic pattern here. Almost looks like a river or a tree plant kind of growing out. Interesting, but not really helpful to help you identify this rock. Just something I noticed. The sides feel pretty rough. Rough sides on this one. The pieces, you can see, if I can get it to focus and get the light on it right, you can see that there are pieces of probably other rocks inside of this one. They're not large, not anything close to our big partner over here. If we hold them side by side, you can see the difference between large and this rock. So not large, but definitely not small enough where you can't see them at all. I think you can kind of see some of these different little grains in here. So hopefully that leads you along the right path towards the correct name. If you have any questions about these, please send me an email. Here we go with number 7, gray rock. This one's a little bit more interesting than our boring gray friend. That was number 5. I have some holes in here. The holes I think you can see are not really round holes, but they're all sorts of different shapes. You have some flat ones. You have some different orientations here. So a couple weird things going on. Wonder what used to be inside those holes. I don't know. Hopefully you do. You can figure it out and tell me in the lab. That's number 7. Moving on to number 8, the final contestant in this game show. And we have a rock here that again looks like it's made up of pieces of other rocks. These maybe look a little bit more round. I don't know. Hopefully you can tell. I'll kind of hold it still for a second, let you get a good look at it. This is contestant number 8. Alright, so just to recap overall, maybe this will help you use the process of elimination to try to figure out what's going on. Let me see if I can fit all these in the same view right here. Oh, wonderful. Look at how excellent I am. All right. I'd like to thank you for participating in today's Rock Lab. We have numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You should obviously be using the quiz that's posted on Canvas to help you answer these. Again, like I've said, if you have any questions or comments or need any help on anything on these, please do let me know. I should be able to make you a separate video, add on to this video maybe, and get you the answers that you need. I'm always here to help you out. So that being said, thank you. Enjoy your day and have a good one. I will see you soon.